Buenos Dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Hey. And another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a mother. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a mother. Smack at it. Bye-up. 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 Orales, you can tell by that thumbnail right there. And then there was three. The three kings of Northern California Chicano rap. Right? Lately, in a menudo style of direct fashion, we've been talking about this whole incident, this whole week revolving around Conejo, Little Rob, and of course, King Little G. And there were some discrepancies there. Some people wanted a battle. Some people were like, nah, I'm good, homie. It's not worth it. And some people just didn't care. You know, they feel how they feel. And I understand it. And we've spoken on it this whole week. It's been a very hot topic in the Raza community. Because everybody wants to know, is Chicano rap dead? You know, what does Chicano rap entail? Well, so many different people have said it, and I'm going to say it before I spray it. Guard! Put it with your chest. Or is it say it with your chest? I don't know. Put it and say it with your chest. Now, trip out on this. One thing I have noticed is a lot of people are opinionated, meaning a lot of people have opinions, and they feel how they feel on who their favorite rapper is, and if the Chicano label should stick or if it shouldn't. Now, Chicano rap to me is a label. Okay? Last night, I had the privilege of sitting down with ODM from Lighter Shade of Brown, myself as well as Dubs on the live. He actually tapped in, and I was able to pick his brain a little bit. I was able to ask him some questions concerning Chicano rap. Him being one of the founding fathers of the genre, basically. And what it came to pass was he felt the way I felt, that Chicano rap is a label. Maybe in the 90s, mid-90s, a lot of people were doing it. They were giving it that. But that most people that are Chicano or Mexicano are just rappers. It's just hip hop. Rap is rap. Now, that's the way I've always felt, man. I don't like to put a label on it, but since it's out there and it's going to be put out there, it is what it is, right? And we always talk about these rappers like, you know, Kid Frost and Lighter Shade of Brown, of course, Cypress Hill, Little One, you know, who else, man? Mr. Criminal, of course, you got Any Means, Dopey, Baldacci, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. I'm not even going to mention all the youngsters. They're too numerous in numbers to account for, right? But everybody's talented. Swifty Blizzu, right? There's a lot of talent there. But what about up north? What about up north? Being a product in the environment of up north, what's the flavor like up there? Now, a lot of people would like to say it's not Chicano rap because they rap more like blacks, or they got more of an urban twist or an urban flavor. And that's not to be the case, man. There's a lot of rappers that actually had that serio, cholo, gangster stilo as well. Just because you cross an imaginary line that says you're now in Northern California doesn't mean the music stops. Doesn't mean the rapping is any less than. And it's not more than. It's equal. Everybody gets down. If a Vato's more talented up north or a Vato's more talented down south, I'm going to bump his music because I like it more. And that's just what it is. It doesn't matter about sides. I'm not picking and choosing sides. I've been there. I've done that for many years, man. And it didn't work out quite well for me. So now that I'm not picking and choosing sides and I'm giving everyone their equal play and everyone their equal due when it comes to me, not that it matters much, but when it comes to me and my life, I found out that it's a much more comfortable life, man. And the representamos of all the raza is real. Now, up north, we have three kings. And then there was three. Just like there's three wise men on YouTube, myself, Dubs, and El Rojo, there's going to be three kings. Okay, now everyone's going to have their opinion, just like they do down south. But to me, my opinion is the number one is Sir Dino. Pastor David Rocha. My respects, my brother. Sir Dino opened so many doors for a lot of these rappers. One of these rappers that is considered a king of Northern California rap, Chicano rap, he actually opened a door for him. He was, as a youngster, he was in plenty of the Darkroom Familia videos and a lot of things. You might have missed him in some of the movies if you didn't look close. But this individual, Sir Dino, man, definitely paved the way for a lot of people. Now, he had that stilo, never cussed, always kept it Chicano, always kept it brown, always incorporated, Spanish into his music. you know, from the barrio with love. I mean, there's a lot of things that he done and he put on the map. And, you know, he was an entrepreneur and an innovator, you know, for the brown people. So he's considered a king of Northern California rap. Now, I know later on in times, people didn't, you know, they might not have liked his music. They might have said he wasn't one of the best rappers of all times. But to me, because he did so much for his fellow man, so much for the gente, you can't deny, you know, the gangsterism in which he put it down. You can't deny his musical talents. You can't deny what he did for so many people. So number one on my list, as far as one of the kings of Northern California Chicano rap, has to be Sir Dino. At 2, this is a vato that not a lot of people outside of Norte Califas have not heard of. Because his reign didn't last too long. You know, he succumbed and he passed away, rest in peace, you know, to a disease. And it's very unfortunate. Someone of his talents, of his rigorous work ethic, you know, had to pass so soon, man. But he was well respected in his barrio, well respected in the rap game, and basically put a legendary label for Norte Califas Stars the Limit on the map. And that's Speedy Loke, Dakota's own Speedy Loke. Now, Speedy Loke had, I remember when he came out, everybody was bumping him. Don't. He was getting it, you know what I mean? He was a norteño. And he let everybody know. He was one of the first ones. See, Darkroom Familia didn't do it necessarily as much until the GUN album came out, where they started really representing the North and putting it out there like that. He was one of the first ones, Speedy Loke, to really represent it, to really say it, to put it out there. Hey, this is Dakota Norte Ike, right? And I liked it. I liked it. And a lot of my fellow homeboys at the time, they liked it. Because it was like, finally, our voices are being heard and felt. We're on the map, it said. And can't no one take that, or ene, that's how they were saying it back then. Can't no one take it away. And I enjoyed his music. He was very talented, man. He came with them Bay beats, a little bit different. And just put 2 and 2 together and made 4 or 14. However he did it, it was good. And those that are from up north, Northern California, appreciate Speedy Loke and respect him so much because he was one of the first ones to do that. See, you always remember when you've seen something the first time. Whether it be a piruja on the corner, a bomb-ass torta, buzz down, tortillana, buzz down. When you first see one, you're like, oh, man, I remember the first time I seen that hyena. She was over there with the little paisito on the corner giving him a mima when the vato was like, vivo de tres animales. He was over there getting his, right? So I could see, you know, what's going on over there, gente. But one thing I do know for sure is when the first time I heard Speedy Loke, I heard his music, I was like, now that's the one right there. That's the vato that's going to carry the torch from Darkroom Familia and take it over. Because he was doing that much, and he was a well representative of the calles, meaning he was a solid homeboy. It wasn't like he was just a rapper. He was really in the gutter, in them streets, really doing his thing, man, and had a lot of love for his homeboys and put a lot of his homeboys on. People like Tito B, you know, people like, there's so many rappers from Stars the Limit, man. They're numerous in numbers again to account for. But he was able to open up doors for his people. And that right there is what makes him legendary in the eyes of Northern California. That's what makes him a Chicano rapping Northern California legendary king. Okay, in my book. Now, the third one is not always the third option. He's not always the third stringer. In fact, on many of people's books, even on mine, I said he's the first stringer. He's the QB. He's the fucking Tom Brady of this bunch, right? We're talking about Woody, homie. Antioch's own, Dirty Water's own, Woody, the legend from the Bay, okay? Stories I can tell you about this guy are numerous in numbers. I can see here, guard! You know, ain't no stopping us. Orale. You don't know about no Woody. Yes, stay over there, bump Travis Tritt. Now listen to this. Woody is looked at, oh, he can't be a Chicano rapper. He's a white guy. But he's brown to the bone. And he was. Rest in peace, Woody. A major factor in the Bay. A major factor in the rap game. A major factor from the Antioch streets. A major factor in hip-hop, period. Rap. When you go to the Bay Area, he is not to be slept on. He's one of the best rappers to come out of the Bay that wasn't a brother, man. He definitely did his thing. And yes, he is considered Chicano rap because he came at it from an aspect and an angle of Chicanoism. Okay, Chicanismo. It's what he did. Now, it doesn't matter if you're white, you're black, you're green, you're brown, you're yellow. Say hello, right? It looks firme, huh, today. The yellow, bang, bang. It doesn't matter, you know, it matters on how you present it, what you're rapping about, what your stilo is, you know, your delivery, the beats, the melody, what you got going on. So he is considered righteously probably the best rapper to ever come out of Northern California. Every young rapper that carries that torch and rocks that flame and still has that burning flame and desire, man, for the norteñoism and for all that, they're always going to mention Woody. Oh, yeah, Woody Wood, man, he was the one. You even got vatos now like Babyface Wood who continue and carry on that name, calling themselves Woody Wood, because it's Woody that set the foundation. It's Woody that put it on the map. You know, he brought a whole different style of flavor. All his people, East Coco Records, they brought so much to the table, man. Little Los, Big Tone, and Davina, and all these people, they were an era. They were an era for Northern California. Someone we look towards when it came to that gangster style and that gangster music. And it is considered up north Chicano rap. Now, when you think Chicano rap, you think dum 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 dum. 18 with a bullet. Dum dum. I got my finger on the trigger. I'm gonna pull it. I like to sing. You're gonna think that. You're gonna think oldies beats. You're gonna think creases and bands, Hush Puppies, Cortezes, and Stacey Adams. Oh my! This is what you're thinking, but that's not necessarily the case. You know, it was what they rapped about, what they talked about, being in the barrios, being in the hoods, the barrio, the gang, the street, the turf, the collective of gente that got together, the homeboys kicking back, pisteando, drinking pisto, relaxing. I see your bob in her head because I can feel it. You know, tortillanas. Just all these different things that as gang members, as Chicanos, as brown people, we look at as our stilo, okay? Not necessarily gangs necessarily as much, but you understand what I'm saying. You know, that stilo, the lowriders, you know what I mean? The clean out, the Huelga flags, and, you know, the Mexicano flags. And these are what we look to and we say, okay, this is Chicano rap. But it necessarily ain't Chicano rap, but since it's labeled that, it's labeled that. Now, it's just not Chicano rap down south. There's Chicanos down south, and there's Chicanos up north. I'm Spencer Latina. I'm sorry to burst the bubble. Con permiso la tira, a ti, right? It's just not a sur and a norte thing, man. It's a brown thing, okay? Music is a universal language. It's for everybody, and everybody enjoys it. Now, of course, you weren't going to have vatos up norte cruising around bumping Night Out. You weren't going to have vatos down south cruising around bumping Speedy Lope, but they definitely knew who these individuals were. Some of them. You know, I'm not going to say everybody did, because there's a lot of vatos from Waters that never heard or never went to Musicland or The Warehouse or Sam Goody's and never bought that album or that tape or that CD, you know. Vatos are much younger nowadays and don't even remember these guys, but these are guys not to be slept on. One thing I do appreciate about the North is everyone knows. See, there's going to be no battles. These youngsters are not going to battle Woody for the crown. I mean, rest in peace, you can't. He's gone, man. He's a legend and you got to give him his respect. But even if the Vato's a better rapper, you know, you got GB and Acito and Young Yigs and all these guys, they're great rappers, man. They're doing their thing. Yance and all these guys, just great rappers. Casper Loke, definitely a good one, right? A great one. But they know enough and have enough respect to not challenge or battle, you know, some of these legends. Some of these guys that are considered kings of Chicano rap up north. Because that's the way it is, man. You know, you have to respect the foundation, respect your forefathers, respect where you come from. Gente, never forget that. Now, I was flabbergasted when I seen that King Little G wanted to battle Conejo and Little Rob, just because I thought he should have a little bit more respect. But that was me seeing that and saying that. I understand where he's coming from. He's holding the crown down now as we speak. But you always have to respect the legends that came before you. That's the way I was taught. That's the way a lot of individuals, Chicanos, brown people, Mexicanos were taught. Respect those that come before you because they laid that road, homie. If not, shit's going to get bumpy, right? And you don't need a rocky road. They do taste good at night, though. Okay? Bang, bang. But anyways, you don't need that in your life in the menudo style. Now, up north, it's a little bit of a different stilo. You have these guys, they're up here in a legendary status, and everyone else is right here, but respecting it. You know, that's just the way that we were taught. That's the way it's always been. Now, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to get in my comments, and they're going to be like, nah, up north is not considered Chicano rap. They rap more like blacks. They rap like this. They rap like that. Open your ears and close your eyes and listen to the music. Let the music flow through you. I'm going to tell you, man, brown people just rock differently. Okay, it's not about who's better and who's not. It's about if you're feeling that vibe. If it makes you do this, that's the way it has to be, because that's the way. Then you're good. You're good in the hood. You know, I might listen to rap one day, hip-hop, rock, R&B. We're not gonna take you. Órale, Sprinkle the Woods in, brother. Right? It doesn't matter what I listen to at the end of the day. If it gets me motivated, it makes me feel good about myself that day, well, vato, vámonos. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going to listen to. I didn't say vámonos a la verga. You said that. I did it. I said vámonos. All right, that's what I'm going to listen to. Okay, up north in Northern California, it's not too much different from down south other than the regions, other than maybe it's spread out a little bit more. There's still barrios, there's still gente, there's still tamales, tortillas, frijoles. Oh my, I got to go to my abuelita's house. There's some bomb food going on, there's some bomb cultura everywhere. You might see it more in East Los, just like you might see it more in San Jose. You might see it more in the SGV, just like you might see it more in Salas. You might see it more in the 818, ese órale, represent, right? Just like you might see it more in San Fran, Oakland, okay, the Valle. That's just how it is, man. You're a product of your environment. Now, just because Vatos from up north doesn't mean they rap like black guys. Okay, there's always been that good canalismo there, that interaction between black and brown. It's a lovely thing. It's a beautiful thing, man. So a lot of Vatos like to say, oh, no, they rap like blacks, homes. They act black. Nah, it's not like that, man. They rap brown, homes. They just do it with stilo, with swag. Down south, there's a lot of Vatos now, man. Nipsey Hussle, they got a lot, they had interaction with Nipsey, with, a Slim 400. Damn, all these Vatos are dead, man. The rap game is crazy, huh? It's more like the death game. But you know what I'm saying? It's the same damn thing, man. You have people like Gotos, Julio Gotos, that is basically transcending everything, man. He is able to go down south and to get some of these southern rappers, sign them, and show them the way to the bag. Him being from up north, never been a Norteño, but from up north. It's a lovely thing. It's a wonderful thing. I asked ODM last night an important question, being that he's a legendary figure in the Chicano rap game, or in the rap game period, as he likes to say, and I agree. What do you think about Gotos, what he's doing with the North and South? And he said, politically speaking, I can't speak on it. But from a rapper's point of view, musically, it's a beautiful thing. I agree. I believe talent should be put out there for the masses and for everyone. When you try to confine yourself to Chicano rap, or to Southside rap, or to Norteño rap, then you're putting yourself in a box and you're never going to get the biggest bag available. The bag is out there, man. Go get that. But I wanted to put this video out there because with all this going on about who's the king of what and who's the king of this, you had 3 guys up north that are considered kings, man. You have guys down south that are considered kings. Guess what? Hey, you guys ready to hear this? We're brown, is it? We're all kings. You're kings of your household, homes. You're kings of your barrio. You're kings of the calles. We all are royalty. Que no? Royalty? You feel me? Bang, bang. His music's good, too. I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, man, we need to treat everybody the same with respect. And that's what it is, But don't sleep on the North, man. Just like the North is not sleeping on the South, man. Don't think that just be, hey, they about to, nah, hell nah, homes. They can't be. They rap over there with JT, the bigger figure, and fucking Mac Ma and Mac Dre. They can't be. Let me tell you something, homes. They're up there doing it just like anywhere else. It's down south. It's up north right here. It is what it is, man. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you get the gist of this, what I'm putting out there. I hope you understand, man, that I'm not about division. I'm not about one people better than the other. Because we're all the same people. I'm about, hey, put that tape in the deck. Say, yeah, I don't, that's old school. For those of you that don't know. You put that CD, you get iTunes, Apple Music, and you bump you some Woody, bump you some Young Dopey, bump you some Grifo, bump you some Big Tone. At the end of the day, homes, they're brown. Show them respect and love. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about struggling and striving for your familia. If you want to bump Judas Priest, I say, bump Judas Priest. But always remember, Rob Halford had a weird pronoun. Bang, bang, and in that fashion, I'm just saying, though. I'm just trying to keep it real. Guard, let him know. I like Judas Priest. I know you do, I say. I know you do. With that being said, man, I hope that you like this. Please like and subscribe. Hit me with that thumbs up one time. If you're feeling this, man, make sure you turn all notifications on because I appreciate the algorithm moving and grooving for your boy. If not, you can hit me with that thumbs down. Hey, he's going to be the head that wears this crown. Y pobrecito. I'm going to have his head up his faster than a rabbit gets. You already know what it is. You see that over there? That rapper? He's making me a lot of money. And he's going to continue to make me a lot of money. So let's do it, gente. Let's get that bag. You already know what it is. This is Gunners Collective. We really getting it in right here, man. Shout out and respects to all the Northern and Southern California rappers. No matter what you are, you're doing it. Bang, bang, and in that fashion. They hate me because they hate me.